Hey Goobers, it's me trying to make a video that doesn't have me yapping for too long. And I find that to be very difficult because there's a lot to talk about when it comes to this game. Somebody asked me, any updates on Chess Souls. If you don't know, I plan on making a game that's basically chess plus Dark Souls. But it's a very rough concept, and I don't have anything in concrete. One of the things that I mentioned to them that well, I should say the big thing that I was talking about with them when it comes to the idea of what I want, my Souls game to be, is when I play chess, I'm in a very low elo. I'm very, very much a noob, right? The most that I know about is castling. That's like the most complex thing I know about, and it's not even that crazy, right? I couldn't tell you a single opening, and I can only tell you that en passant exists. Google it, only because of the memes, right? I don't really remember what en passant is or how that rule is played and, how that move works. But I know it exists, right? And that's it. That's all that I know. And so when I'm playing chess, I see people play a plethora of different ways. You'll see some people play more defensively, not interested in taking too much space, but rather holding down the space they do have. I see people be more aggressive, just trying to make big plays, going for the big money, big shot. And, you'll see that at my lower rank, and it really kind of shows that everybody plays chess in their own way. And I mentioned that in my comment, and it got me thinking, you know, what if I did a Dark Souls style? I think there's two different styles of Souls games. You've got Sekiro and you've got Dark Souls. And I initially was thinking, well, what if I did like a Sekiro style where we get introduced to a playable character? They're a set character. You can upgrade them. They can do different things, and it helps to alleviate some of the chaos of what a Dark Souls style would be, where you know the idea of everybody plays chess their own way could still be useful for a set character style. We're talking, you play Lies of P, you play another Crab's Treasure. You can still do your own thing, but I don't have to sit there and allow a whole bunch of different like customization. You look at Dark Souls style and it's different, right? Sure, you have Fashion Souls, that's one thing, but then you've got like different armors, rolling stats, and then you've got you know a whole bunch of different stats you can level up. Obviously, you've got your basic health and stamina, but if I did this, then maybe I'd have like a magic system. Classic. I don't know if I'd want to do, intellect and faith. I don't know. Although with the bishop being a piece on the chessboard, I feel like faith would be pretty important, and intellect is very common, anyways. So maybe I don't really know, but like magic and faith, but like would I want? How would I do that, right? For chess, how do I make magic moves that kind of correlate to chess? And then, okay, how do I incorporate, big heavy sword players and dexterity players? How the hell do I get that to work? And it's stuff like that that makes me wonder, like, how would that work? How could it work? And that it's like, okay, let's come back to the idea after we've discussed maybe the tone, the setting, the theme, the world that I want to make it, and then we can incorporate on top of that with some of these ideas. And so it's a cycle of trying to understand different parts of the game, and I just don't, right? I just don't quite have an understanding of what I want to do yet because it's very early concept. That's just what it is. It's a concept right now, and it's going to remain to be a concept for a while because I don't have access to a computer, so I couldn't even start to produce a game even if I wanted to, right? I have zero experience. All I have is a brain that is creative and can come up with a lot of ideas. You know, I've got a lot of research to do on chess. I got a lot to learn about chess. I've got a lot of history, a lot of niche things, you know, and then I've got a lot to learn about on the game dev side of thing. I have engines to learn. I have languages I need to learn. I have different resources to help craft assets that I need to learn. I've got a lot. And then on the other side of things, I've got, you know, just how to make a good game. You know, what do players expect? What is something that they want to see? How do I make a game feel good? How do I make it look good? You know? What kind of art style do I want? The list goes on. There's so much that I need to learn, and I just don't feel like I can start just yet until I get a PC. It's gonna be a while before I get that PC, even with tax return season. But, you know, that all being said, thank you for asking about it. I'm glad that you sparked some conversation with myself. I needed it, and it got me thinking. So, like I said, thank you again to one person who asked me. Um, I also just really appreciate that anybody cared enough to ask about one of my projects that I want to do. That was really freaking cool. You know, to see a couple days later somebody remembered something I mentioned and then brought it up. That was freaking cool. I appreciate that. So, I'm going to end it here. I feel like there's so much more I could talk about and so much more that I could go on about into detail. But I gotta go to bed. Peace out, y'all. Have a great day.